What's up, beautiful, amazing party people? I've missed you guys. I wanted to check in with you and fill you in on some of the really cool stuff that's been going down during this big life transition that I've made after having somewhat of a spiritual awakening or some sort of mystical experience that I had during a meditation probably about 2.5, almost 3 months ago. So I wanted to keep you guys posted so you know exactly what's going on here, and my hope is that it might help someone else that could be going through something similar. So I just want to say thank you guys again from the bottom of my heart for all of your amazing comments and for all of the incredible guidance that you've offered, resources, for sharing your stories, and especially when you're telling me, all the amazing things that you've seen on the other side of this, some of your experiences where you've kind of come out on the other side, being that I'm still kind of in this in-between land, the no man's land, but I still have faith. Certainly, the fear has subsided a bit more, and I'm living more in faith, and I'm literally watching miracles happen in front of my eyes. So I want to tell you guys about some of these things that are happening, and can't wait to share. It's been so much fun. So the first really cool thing is I was having some real financial struggles because I literally just abruptly left my whole life as I knew it. I left my job, I left my marriage, I left my home, all of those things. So there was a lot of uncertainty. I was really blessed to have a friend that generously let me come and stay in their basement suite, so I've lived very comfortably there for the last 2.5, almost 3 months now. But I didn't have any income. I'm currently working on a business. It's an online business because that was something I was guided to do back in November. I had meditated and prayed on an idea, something that would give me more freedom and flexibility, and that was what I was guided to do. So I'll have to do another video maybe on that, but that was really cool too. Anyway, so at the end of March, I had made a video kind of explaining where I was at and that my finances were pretty, they weren't looking great. And I was under some stress, but I was trying to have faith and that everything would work out. And I had done some meditations and I had got some messages that came through that were telling me that all of my financial needs would be met. So I wanted to tell you guys that was true. Magical things were happening, just last minute things that covered all of the expenses that, and I don't have much right now, but covered all of my bills, allowed me to live very comfortably for these last 3.5 months. So I'll start with, because I have a business, I didn't know this at the time, but I went on to the Government of Canada website and checked on an income tax return that I was expecting. And while I was there, I was prompted to look into COVID-19 relief for my business, and I ended up qualifying for that. So for the last 2.5 months, I've been receiving payments for COVID-19 relief, which has been such a blessing and was incredible. I didn't even know that was an option. So that really worked out. Another amazing, cool, awesome thing is I had an unexpected refund come back from an airline ticket from a trip that I didn't take back in 2020. So I just received an email that said, hey, we've decided to refund everybody for these airline tickets for Air Canada. And I'm receiving a refund, which is another $600, which I fully believe that all of these things are coming to me because I'm starting to really attract and magnetize financial wealth, because that has been something that I have been focusing on, in addition to improving my health and overall wellness and well-being and that sort of thing. Another cool thing happened was I have decided that I'm going to be moving back to the States, and that will be happening probably the first week in June. And a family member just decided to gift me some money to assist me with the journey. I didn't ask for it. They didn't really know what my financial situation is. I mean, they know that I'm going through this transition, but they just came to me and said, hey, I want to contribute to this trip. Here's some money. And it was a significant amount that's going to really help me get to where I need to be. And so, really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. Also, in regards to, well, let me tell you this other really cool thing that happened today, because I literally, now this happened 2 days ago. Something manifested right in front of my eyes. It was incredible, and it made me believe more than ever that we are far more powerful than we think we are. Our minds, our beliefs are far more powerful. So please, if anything, spend some time imagining, because I literally had a miraculous thing happen. So I purchased, this is kind of funny, I purchased this face cream that has like an SPF and a little bit of a face tint. It's made by Andalou. Anyway, it was a bit of a splurge, and I found it really nice. It really worked great, and I kind of fell in love with it. I was using it all the time. And then one day I went to use it, and it was gone, and I couldn't find it anywhere. I turned my bathroom upside down. I looked all over the place. I looked in my makeup bag. I looked in every drawer. I turned over the little bathroom cupboard where I keep everything, cleaned everything out, put everything back, looked in my purse, checked up the family I'm living with, or I'm living in their basement suite. I checked with them to see if maybe I had left it somewhere. Nobody had seen it or even heard about it, so knew what I was talking about. So I just came to the conclusion that I was in a rush one day, the last time I had used it, and I probably scooted it off into the trash bin. And I had just taken the trash out that morning. Trash had already run, so it was long gone. So I was like, well, shit. I really liked it. It was a bit of a splurge, and I was kind of bummed that it was gone. So I thought, well, let me try my manifestation work. Let me do some visualization. And during my meditation that evening, I visualized myself seeing it where it normally sits, right on the bathroom cupboard. And I imagined the emotion that I would feel when I would see it. And I was just like, oh, there it is. And just feeling this kind of excitement to see it and be like, there it is. Oh my gosh, it's been there all along. And I just kept thinking that I would have this feeling when I would see it. And so it'd been a couple weeks and nothing had come up. I was checking on that little shelf every day, looking for it. And, it was gone. So I would look for it some more and do kind of where I was trying to kind of control everything and looking for it behind things, and nothing was there. So I just decided to bite the bullet and get a new one because I loved it so much. So I went to the grocery store, bought a new one, came home. I think that next day I opened the box, started using it again. And I think I had used it once before 2 days ago. So what happened 2 days ago is I was going out to have dinner with my dad. I went into my makeup bag to use my little face product. And when I went to go put it on, I opened the cap and the seal was still on the top of it. And I thought, well, that's weird, because I remember using it just the other day. And it was like, well, if I didn't open it, then what did I use the other day? And I looked up on the shelf, and I'm not kidding you, right in front of my face, where I have looked 879,000 times, not that much, where I've looked multiple times, it was there, right there. It had just manifested into being, and I was just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. It was freaking amazing. And this is what Dr. Joe talks about, is by manifesting these little tiny things that we believe, it's really just overcoming our beliefs. We believe it can manifest. And I believed it. I was like, yeah, it's going to show up. It's going to come. It's going to be right there. I asked the person that I lived with, because I thought, well, maybe she found it and she put it back in that spot for me. And I asked her, and she was like, no. And so we were both just like, holy shit, oh my God. And it was incredible. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. This stuff really works, okay? The next thing that happened was more of a synchronicity. I have been having some slight neck and back pain, still, just here and there. Nothing like I was having before. Certainly not the debilitating pain that would lay me out for a week with migraines and that sort of thing. It's very subtle, and it's usually because of the way that I've been sitting, that I've tweaked something or something like that. So I've been doing these meditations very consistently, and I've noticed so much of an improvement, and I've been stretching and doing these different things that have really been helping, and I've noticed I can feel my body starting to change. But I thought, I just want a little additional support. So let me look and see if I can find someone that can help me support me with my neck. So I ended up finding this amazing chiropractor, and this was all so synchronistic. I went into her, and on my first visit, during our little 1-hour consultation, she was asking me questions about my relationships, and I was telling her about my history with my back. She's like, "Well, how is your work? How are your relationships?" And I was explaining to her how I was going through this big transition, how things were starting to feel like a weight was lifted, because there had been a lot of stress and a lot of kind of burdens put on my shoulders and that sort of thing. And I could tell that she was kind of linking the emotional with the physical. And she was very down to earth. She was very much into holistic health and that sort of thing. So I just thought, what the hell, I'm just going to throw this in here. And I said, well, I have been doing Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditations, and I've been seeing some improvements and having some really cool experiences. And I just thought, oh shit, she's going to think, I lost my damn mind. But she looked at me, she pulled down her glasses, and she looked at me right in the eyes, and she said, good. And I was like, what? What, girl? And I said, are you familiar with his work? And she said, actually, I've healed myself from 2 life-threatening illnesses doing similar work with the mind-body connection. And she's like, so keep doing what you're doing. And I thought, holy shit. The universe is sending me people. It's sending me people to assist me, to assist my healing. It was amazing. I knew from that moment that this was divinely orchestrated, and I just felt so much joy. And I've been seeing her for the last couple of weeks. I've had about 4 to 6 sessions, and she does this really fabulous manual technique on my back. And every single time I go to her, it's a little painful to start, but I can tell she's lining up my spine, and that's what she said. She's like, I'm lining up your spine. And she said, so you are going to feel different. You're going to start walking differently. She's incredible. Now, I wish I would have found her sooner, but luckily we're going to be keeping in touch, even as I kind of embark on this new chapter and head to the States. We're going to do some coaching and things like that. So I'm super excited to be connected with her. This stuff is amazing. The last thing I wanted to share with you guys is another wonderful person that came back into my life that I haven't talked to in maybe 10, 15 years. I had an old friend connect with me who, she had seen one of my Dr. Joe Dispenza videos. Literally, we worked together over 20 years ago. We were both ballroom dancers. And isn't that funny? I used to be a ballroom dance teacher. And she was the owner of the studio, and she was always so nurturing and sweet. And I just remember back to those times where she was almost like an earth angel. She was, I had this one time where I was really down, and she was there to lift me up, and she made everyone, including myself, feel so important. Even though I didn't have a lot of family around, she really made me feel like family. And we just lost touch, kind of gone on with our lives. Well, she reached out to me on Facebook, and she said, hey, Carrie, I just came across your Dr. Joe Dispenza video, of all things. And she said, and I just want to say that I had a full Kundalini awakening about 5 years ago, left my husband, completely uprooted my life, moved out to the beach, changing jobs and, starting my own business. And she's like, I would love to connect with you, and any help I can provide you I would be so happy to do that. Just like, what? So her and I have been talking, and holy synchronicity out the wing wong. We, sorry, we have been chatting quite a bit. She is like blasted open her intuitive abilities. She's telling me stuff about some of my relatives that have passed away and that are, coming to her and with messages, and it has just been unbelievable. It's like a dream. I have to pinch myself sometimes. So my plan is to hopefully see her during this trip. She lives down in where I used to live, back down in Florida, and so I can't wait to connect with her and see where that might lead. She's also really interested in starting and doing something that she's really passionate about and helping people. And so we'll see where that goes. But guys, I mean, I can't make this stuff up. It is incredible. And every day just seems like more magical. And I'm seeing this fear just starting to shed away. And I've been doing a lot of releasing fear, surrendering, because I did notice this was probably a turning point this week where I was kind of fighting against everything. I was like fighting against the flow because it was like, I want to know when it's going to happen. Oh my gosh, is it ever going to happen? That fear. Well, now I'm starting to feel like I know it's going to happen, and I'm supported during this process. I know that the universe is going to support me. And it's just incredible and amazing. And I'm not going to lie, I still have my moments, and certainly haven't got it all figured out, but I know that things are getting better. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys tonight. I really hope you guys are having an amazing, amazing journey yourselves. And please keep the amazing comments. I love to hear your stories. God, I love them. I could talk about this stuff all freaking day. Please reach out and connect with me on Instagram. Some of you guys have already done that and messaged me, and I'm sorry it took me a while to get back with you. I didn't realize, I didn't notice the messages until maybe 2 weeks after some of you had sent messages. So I really appreciate and value those messages, and I love talking to you guys, and I hope that you guys are having an amazing time. Please keep sharing. And that's all for me tonight, guys. I love you so much. Keeping it real, y'all. Bye.